1982 film The Thing directed by John Carpenter. In the remote Antarctic winter of 1982, the American research station named Outpost 31 is manned by a team of 12 men who are winding down the season. One day, a Norwegian helicopter appears in the snow-white wastes, chasing an Alaskan Malamute sled dog across the ice. The Norwegians blast at the dog, showing obvious panic. The dog bolts into the American camp. Meanwhile, the helicopter pilot tries to drop a thermite charge, or explosive, and ends up blowing the helicopter and himself apart in a violent explosion. The American commander Gary, Donald Moffat, shoots and kills one of the Norwegian men, who is wildly firing at the dog and shouting in Norwegian. The Americans are bewildered by the strange behavior and the crash. The sled dog is brought into Outpost 31. At first it seems like a stray problem, but the dog behaves oddly. It stares at people, growls, isolates itself. The American crew is uneasy. McCready, the station's helicopter pilot, and Dr. Copper, volunteer to fly to the Norwegian camp to investigate what happened. At the destroyed Norwegian station they find a charred, frozen landscape. Bodies of Norwegians are found dead, including one in the radio room whose wrists and throat are slit. The station appears to have been obliterated from within. They also discover a large, strange hole in the ice, apparently recently excavated, and alongside it the partially buried wreck of a very old spacecraft and the frozen corpse of a grotesque alien humanoid creature. They bring the alien corpse, still frozen, back to Outpost 31 for examination. At the American camp, the dog is kept in a kennel with the other sled dogs. Late at night, the dog begins to act violently. It sheds fur, transforms into something monstrous, attacks the other dogs. When the crew responds, the creature kills many dogs and escapes into the main building. The next day Dr. Blair autopsies the alien corpse and finds that despite its distorted exterior, its internal organs are virtually human-looking. This raises the suspicion that this is no normal creature. The dog's transformation cements the idea that there is something alien and dangerous aboard. As the American team tries to make sense of the alien find, suspicion builds. The dog creature attack exposes the alien's capability. It assimilates life forms, transforms them, becomes them. The team realize the horror of the situation. This alien life form can absorb organisms and mimic them perfectly. Under Blair's supervision they monitor the alien cells, which display aggressive behavior toward other living tissue. Blair becomes increasingly paranoid and isolated as he computes the risk. Meanwhile the camp is cut off, the communications with the outside world are effectively lost, and the winter storm threatens. The Americans look at the video footage recovered from the Norwegian camp showing them uncovering the alien ship in the ice, using thermite charges, the giant crater, etc. They estimate that the ship has been buried for perhaps 100,000 years. The alien that they thought out must have been dormant, and now it is free to act. In one scene McCready, Palmer, David Clennon, and Norris rappel into the crater and stand by the eerie spacecraft. Norris estimates the ship's age. McCready looks into the interior and the desolation of the find sets in. Back at camp, Blair, horrified by the realization of the alien's capability, snaps. He kills the remaining sled dogs, sabotages the helicopter and the communications gear, and barricades himself in a small cabin. The rest of the crew conclude that Blair is no longer to be trusted, and that he must have been assimilated. They force their way in and incapacitate Blair, lock him away in the tool shed. Power to the camp is compromised, paranoia mounts. With Blair locked away, the team recognizes that at least one of them may already be a thing. They begin to suspect each other. Who could have been assimilated? They have little hope of rescue under Antarctic storm conditions. The only logic is, isolate, inspect, and destroy the alien before it leaves the station. The "who can you trust" question dominates the camp. One night a blackout storm hits. The generator is shut down, the camp is cut off. McCready takes charge. Clark, Richard Masser, the dog handler, is suspicious because of his proximity to the boarding dog creature, and Windows, Thomas Waits, is uneasy. Fuchs, Joel Polis, the assistant biologist, is found later dead outside the camp, badly burned. The team realizes the alien continues to kill and assimilate under the surface. Meanwhile, Norris collapses, apparently of a heart attack, in the middle of the lab. Dr. Copper attempts to revive him with a defibrillator, but Norris opens up, his chest bursts into a monstrous maw of tentacles and he bites off Copper's arms. McCready uses a flamethrower to kill the Norris-thing, but the monster's head detaches and crawls away, still alive. In so doing, Norris shows that every part of the alien is an independent life form. After this shocking event, McCready devises a blood test. Each man must give a blood sample and the blood must be exposed to a hot wire. If the blood recoils or reacts violently, the subject is infected and therefore the thing. The logic is that the alien cells, though it mimics outwardly, will try to defend themselves when exposed to heat. The sample of each man is tested while they are tied down, tension high. Clark lunges at McCready with a scalpel. McCready kills Clark in self-defense. Windows is tested and passes. Gary is suspected but passes. When Palmer's blood is tested, it recoils and Palmer transforms into the thing. Palmer's entire head bursts open into a giant mouth. He kills Windows. McCready activates the flamethrower and sets him on fire, blowing him out of the station with dynamite. After Palmer's elimination, McCready, Gary, and Knowles, T.K. Carter, are left uninfected, supposedly. They check on Childs, who is guarding the main building, while Mac and the others go to perform the test on Blair in the tool shed. But the shed is empty. Blair has escaped. In the hidden tunnels under the camp they find what Blair has been building, a small flying saucer made from camp parts, signaling the aliens' plan to leave the ice. McCready surmises that with the communications gone and transport cut off, the only remaining escape for the alien is to hibernate until a rescue team arrives. Therefore the only way to stop it is to blow up the station and the alien together. The three men rig explosives around the buildings and set fire with Molotov cocktails to lure the creature out. In the subterranean passages, Gary is killed by the Blair thing. Knowles disappears in the chaos, never seen again. McCready is alone in the burning camp when he comes face to face with the huge Blair thing, a mass of tentacles, limbs, heads, all fused grotesquely. The detonator is destroyed in the fight. McCready uses a finishing stick of dynamite, lights it, throws it into the creature and triggers the explosion anyway. The station and the Blair thing erupt in fire and ice, chunks of metal flying, the structure collapsing. In the aftermath, McCready, dirty, exhausted and freezing, stumbles out of the wreckage. He sees Childs appear from the storm. Childs claims he was lost in the blizzard chasing Blair. The two survivors sit opposite each other among the smoldering ruins, sharing a bottle of J&B whiskey. Neither fully trusts the other now, each wonders if the other may be the thing. The end. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this.